Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build any app with one prompt. This is going to show you my process on how I build apps, workflows, automations, and agents. This is the full step-by-step process. This isn't really like a super deep in how-to. I'm just going to show how I actually do workflows with this one golden prompt that I give out to all of my students. This is literally what I give away in all of my courses, my training, my programs, and I'm giving it to you right now, free, to lock in. This is How to Make Money with Claude series part 2. And in this series, we're going to show you that whole workflow. So starting off, I think I have a really good idea. I was just thinking of this right now. So you have an idea for an app. I want to build an app that I can open up, and it's a Spanish tutor that uses the ChatGPT voice feature as a, so you have a little orb feature. The app itself is not really significant. It's the workflow. It's the process. I have an idea. So step 1, I'm going to go to Claude. Now, step 2 is you're going to get John's golden prompts. I literally have a document that I give out to all my training programs and in my courses that is John's golden prompt. There's about a dozen of them. This is one how to build any app in one prompt. So what you do is go ahead and copy this, and I'm going to break this down in just a moment what this is. Cool. I'm just going to copy this whole prompt. Don't worry, it's linked inside the resources down below. So I'm going to go to chat. I'm going to paste, and then I'm going to delete that placeholder. There was just a placeholder there for a placeholder idea here. I'm going to delete that and say, I want to build an app that is a Spanish tutor that is just a single screen with the orb that changes colors, purple, black, gold. Actually, black and gold is my brand colors. And I wanted to have a sarcastic Latina style to it. And then she's super happy, super helpful, super witty, and super app. It just helps the user learn Spanish at the end of the day. Cool. So I have my idea. That's all. So we're going to pop this in and let this cook. So what this is doing is going from idea to a plan. We need a plan in order for us to actually build. A lot of people make the mistake of just jumping into like Lovable or Base 44 or whatever app that you use. Dear God, please don't use chat. And just start building an app about this. And that would be equivalent of like, if I'm going to go and chop down a tree and just start whacking away with the dull axe, I'm going to be there for hours. So if you feel like you're just spending hours whacking away at that button and that app is just not built, it's because you lack the plan. You need a really solid plan in order a North Star for Claude to go and build. He knows all of the pieces. This is what you hire a developer for. Or as you start building more with vibe coding, you start learning more of like the fill in the blank, the go-tos as far as what are the elements that you need. Now, this prompt is gangster. Here's the reason why. It will get 20 to 80% of your code an app already built before you write a single line of code, just because of this one sentence says, and you're welcome, go and do research and find any GitHub repos, CLIs, APIs, MCPs, SSH, Python libraries, or any existing code that we can use inside of our app. I want you to put together in a PRD. A PRD is a product requirement document it's basically a how-to document, like a recipe of like you're going to give to a chef of how to build your app. And so we need it's basically like a super mega prompt. Before you can say like, build me an app, blah, blah, blah. That would be like a basic beginner level. This is how you build out. We're basically using AI to build out a much more robust prompt or a plan or a PRD. So then a lot of this in here is like, hey, Claude, I don't have time. I don't want to sit here and he's going to try and build the most complicated apps. He's going to treat you like a software engineer. And you realize you're like, I guess Claude makes the best decisions. No, you can push back and say, no, Claude, there's better ways. And so here it's like, look, I don't need a whole sophisticated app. I just need something that we can get a quick win today, a minimum viable product, because the whole point of this is to build an app, get in front of customers, and see if it sells as quickly as possible. Not spend 3 weeks or 3 months locked in your room trying to like make the app perfect before you release it. That is the worst strategy that you could do. You need to be physically disgusted when you ship your app to your first customers because it's unfinished, it's unpolished, you had this great vision, but it barely does what you want. But it does what you want on a barrel. And so that is like an MVP, a minimum viable product, quick win, and then you can iterate yourself to success over time. A lot of stuff in here is my greatest hits, like my best of best practices as far as like, hey, let's use some frameworks on agentic building, because Claude, although he's an app that's trained on how to code, he doesn't actually build like a software developer. So you still need best practices, you still need frameworks, you still need SOPs, you still need all of these things that you would hire a role for, but now just kind of embedded in code. So you can replace any human being with just Every human being can be replaced by code. They're just three components. One is knowledge, subject matter expertise, some markdown file about the expertise around what they do in that role, in that department. This is important because I want you to have the mindset that if you can automate one app, or if you can build a few apps, you can automate a role, you can automate a department, you can automate a company. And so right now he's going to do research on the web for our app and puts together this beautiful, beautiful plan. Now, remember, my original prompt was like, hey, this. And if I went and just gave that to Lovable, Claude, or anything, I would be spending, if not months, trying to iterate myself to try and figure out what this app is going to evolve into. Versus here, I have a full detail. Let's kind of kick this out. And this is that button right there where it clicks to Google Drive was the sole reason I left GenSpark for Claude. And I was like, oh, you build perfect documents with a click of a button, and I could go from idea to document. And then from there, that document I can sell as a book. I can give away as a lead magnet. I can use as a teacher in a curriculum for a lesson plan. So that's why Claude alone trumps any of the other AI tools, ChatGPT, all the other ones. So here it goes through the whole app, everything goes through a restaurant analogy. I find the restaurant analogy really helpful if you're trying to learn how to build an app, like what are the missing elements in it in order for you to actually like automate a whole company, automate a department, or even fulfill many orders, for example. So in here, oh, look, it found other research in here. Look at all these things. It found the voice brain. It found, what's this? 11 labs for there. And then kit reports. Now, there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm going to basically I've already built this low-key, kind of. So I'm going to have him, for the sake of time, just kind of download this. And I'm just going to have him build a real simple web app. But I just want to show you how to go from this to app. I want to just build a quick demo because this guy's going to cook for some time, and I just want to build something real quick and fast that I already have existing work. So I'm going to download this and save this. You can save this, download. You can save this as a web page. You can save this. I think HTMLs are the most efficient way to transfer information from one LLM or large language model to another large language model. Previously it was Markdown, now it's HTML, just because it's structured information that you can pass from one model to another, and they know more context than if you were to give them a Markdown file, and it's even smaller and more efficient than if you were to give them a PDF. This would just burn your tokens. So I'm just going to Markdown just for easy, because there's not much here. Cool. Now to build any app, I'm showing you my process. So I go to my download folder, I go to my desktop, I have a bunch of projects. Create a new folder. I'm going to call this Spanish or Tutor. Give it a name. Also use voice to text, mandatory. And now I'm going to right click, go to services, and open this in CMux. I use Claude Code in Terminal, and then I use CMux to manage multiple agents in multiple departments doing multiple things across my company. That was a text snippet. Let me do that again. So a lot of people have to type Claude and dangerous and all that. Nope. Efficiency, C types out. It's a text snippet. It will replace, if you type 2 characters, it will replace it with the whole sentence. I have that one for Claude, and then I'll show you one for Codex. Here's Codex. Here's Claude. Do you see how snippets are very important, are very helpful? I'm going to do /clear just to kind of clear that out. /clear clears. Actually, you're here, so why not? Usage shows you your usage for what you're doing, for how much credits that you've burned in tokens. Escape. And then if you do log in, log out, you can log in, log out, log into another account if needed. Let's see, then you go model. You could change the model from here. I do usage a lot. You could change this to high, medium, low, X, high. There's like so many different ones. Oh, actually that's effort. Sorry. I was like, why didn't it come up? Effort. And it's like, and then tab. And then you could choose, you just type it. Like, I want mine high, medium, low. Like low key, just get it on high, and then you should be on the $100 plan for Claude, and then get on high. And then from there, if you keep going more, just get the $200 plan and you'll be cool. Like, it's worth it. So those are just commands there. Now I'm just going to voice text this real quick. You would technically paste the prompt. Like from here, I would just go to wherever the download folder is. Let's just go downloads. I know, messy downloads. And then from there, Spanish orb, drag, and then it would drop the URL of it. Now I could tell him, hey, I want you to go build this app for it. But for the brevity of time, I already have it already built. Hey, Claude, I want you to build a single HTML page that just has the orb. Go into the project that has the all-in-one business app, and then pull out all the features from Jackie and just build a single page Jackie, like with the orb and as a Spanish tutor preference. Just quick, fast, easy, and then use the API keys that you have in there as well too. Cool. just for brevity, basically, because I don't want to waste your time here sitting here iterating through, what happens here. So I could actually spend time showing you some other cool things while he's working on that. So while he's building that app, let me show you around CMux. So CMux is a tool that I manage multiple Claude conversations with. Let's give you a quick tutorial here while you're here because I want to level you up. So number one, you can have multiple. This is off one project, and you can see at the very top bottom what project you're tied to. So I'm in my desktop in my Spanish tutor. I didn't spell tutor right. I know, voice to text. So then I'm going to right click and rename this. I'm going to call this Spanish tutor. So now I can rename this. Let's say I want to get another project in. Let's say I'll bring in Jackie as my personal assistant. Downloads, and then I'll go to all coding projects. Oh, here's Jackie. I'll just use Jackie. Hey, Jackie, right click, services, new CMux window. And now I have Jackie over here, who's my personal assistant. So remember :C, text snippet. Hey, Jackie, I just want you to say hi to the audience. So she's going to talk and do her stuff. I'm going to right click, rename, call her Jackie. And then I'm going to drag and drop this into my previous CMux window. So this is how I can have, hold on, let's see. Nice. So this is how I can have two split windows at the same time. This is so crazy for productivity. So now I can have two agents. I can move this back and forth, and I can split this any way that I want. Notice how it like moves. If I move this, it will split them into two columns. So notice how Spanish tutor's up here, Jackie's down to here, and we have a divider right through here. So you can set up your own digital workspace. I'll just do two more just to show you some other cool things in here. So now I have 4 Claude terminal. So I could do boop, and then this one, doop. So this is how I have like 8 agents running at any given time. It's like insanity. So this is while this one's like working on that project. Remember, he's working on other stuff. Also, this is kind of customized too. You can find those on GitHub, which is kind of wild. And so now I've got all my 4 agents. I would name all my tabs. They'll all be working on different projects, or I can spin up as many Jackies that I want. Right click, new window. And now I have 2 Jackies that I could give 2 tasks to and working as a personal assistant. It's amazing. And then here I have 1 department. I'll right click, rename workspace, and call this operations. And then I could create a new one. Usually what I do is I'll right click and I'll just rename this one for clients, because this one will be all Claude conversations just related to like Claude projects. So I'll grid this out and get one more. And then you would start Claude here. Granted that you would start them on their own projects. So now I have 2 different departments, 2 different floors that are all agents working in one window. And then it gives me like notifications on what they're doing and when they need help and stuff like that. Let's see if we can done the Smash 2 HTML. It's a single page. Looks like that's, oh, he loaded it. It's right. It's actually behind my screen. So let me open this in a new tab, load it locally. Oh, here's the orb, Spanish tutor. Let's see if it works. Hello, Jackie. Are you my Spanish tutor? Oh, this is God powers. Anyways, so that's just a quick way of how I build an app using my workflow. If you found this helpful and you want my golden prompts and everything that I show, I give away all my free training right here. This is a free training that you could go to, link down below. There's over here 15 free training videos, 5 PDF guides, there's like 2 free picture books in there of like how to vibe code for beginners. There's over 10 hours of step-by-step training, and it's all free. So click that link down below. And if you're serious about AI, I highly recommend take my Claude Mastery Masterclass. Is the first step in your journey in mastering Claude. And from here, this will teach you in one day how to build any app. You'll build a website, you'll build an app, you'll learn how to master Claude, not Cowork. Cowork is trash. As you can see, I did not use Cowork for any of this. And so this is, I would recommend starting here on your journey to mastering Claude and making that FU money. So thank you for joining and learning. This was the series How to Make FU Money with Claude Part 2. Tune in for the next series and I'll be doing more. Have a blessed day and I'll see you online. Bye.